Welcome back, everyone. We've got Team Zen versus Team NuTorious. Two great teams, hopefully going to make us have a bit more of an interesting map. This time on Consulate. We've got Blackbeard being banned out.
Yeah,
I'm
automatically,
a wee bit
like
worried.
you said, industry special there, the Blackbeard ban. So
I'm prepared for the second one. Let's hope it's Ying. No, it's Deimos.
it's
No shooting through the floors
Deimos.
this time. He's very strong in this map, especially if there's a Kai to ban
Consulate.
it on the board. I'm thinking they're going to ban a Kai then, just to hopefully make sure they can get into sight. Thatcher's still on the board, so just going to wait and see what the plan is.
The ban coming in quick. NuTorious banning the Defender, and it will be a Mira ban. And the Consulate on Consulate, I can see it. Maybe we're going to see Valkyrie, one of the extra cameras. Yeah, that was a very quick ban.
Everyone's agreed immediately. This operator has to go. And you were right.
Yeah.
Falt's gone. That's both Dust Storm operators off the board. Deimos and Mira getting put in the corner for now as well. So, how well do you know Consulate?
I have not casted Consulate a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Well, just be prepared from upstairs to extended holds. We have Mute, Asami, Warden, Goyo on the defensive side while waiting for Rejected. Blitz, Finka, Ace, and Dokebi, and Ash. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful, though, looking at how these guys play it out. I have a feeling... Do you see that there? So they're shooting up the floors, so they're going to probably extend downstairs below the hatch. Bringing the Warden, I don't think they're going to try and wait for any smoke plants or anything like that. They have C4s in the pockets of only Mute. Didn't bring a C4 for Warden, actually.
So, interesting. But does Warden have access to the deployable shield? The shield you put on the floor.
Yeah, he's used it, and look at the shots down the holes. I have a feeling that they're planning to hopefully hold us from below, but we're gonna have to wait and see. It could just be set up for, late plant, stopping anyone from trying to rush. But now we get the Ash, or she's just gonna go straight. Hopefully she can get the yellow stairs wall before it gets reinforced.
Yeah, and obviously checking for that spawn peek at the beginning there as well. That Warden just in the corner with that deployable shield. I do know that the tactic is to look through those little small slits. So
that is correct, but it does not matter when the Ace gets the pick onto the Melusi. Beautiful pick, but the Mute Jammer stuns it again. They have a line of sight, but they cannot jump into it.
Throwing down the Claymore is the Ace to check that flank here. Just waiting. Both Claymores out. Nobody's getting past that door. And the Logic Bomb being used. Just able to hear those vibrations. Maybe shoot through the floor if they can. The Azami concrete pancake there as well. Pinging the Melusi as there will be the Finka. That really long reload animation on the LMG. Pulling out the frag grenade. Almost dies though. We'll use the adrenal surge there. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds. We cross and Doki in a gunfight will down the Warden. Be a little bit worse for the wearer as well. And now Zen was waiting for that, and Goose also taking one down. Now Blitz and Finka and Ace remain right now. And that Warden is still in the game. So the Warden can be picked up, but will not be able to be picked up now as Retrospector him in the Forever box. Looking for anything if you could find anything. And some shots being traded for the Ace and the Mute. So the Goyo and the Mute very much low on health. The definition of one shot from anything, and he will ping out. The Blitz will ping out. I believe that was the Goyo, but Zen is right there waiting for the Finka. The plant will be tapped. It will not be fully held here. Again, it's just Mute and Goyo. I'm going to send it back over to Drago. Oh, there's a blind.
Okay, looking at how this goes. We've got him just getting picked off. Mute gets taken down by the Blitz. Goyo on half HP. Already flashing around away once from the Blitz, but he has to run back. Diffuser goes down. Ace is now holding the angle, but they have to be careful. I'm hoping, though, that they understand that Goyo should just be able to swing this. Just watching out for that double overview. You got to be careful. 2 operators. Blitz is not somebody you want to be in the last second. He's got 3 flashes still in his charge on the shield. Well, Ace can luckily back off. He's got to be prepared for the swing, though. He's not going to hear a diffuse swing. He's going to hear a gunfight. He gets the ping, and he swings, gets the shot on the Goyo. Goyo goes down. That's a perfect round. Textbook.
Great start to this round as well. As long as like NuTorious took a few early shots to their lineup, losing a few of those operators, and they still ended up bringing it out again. So playing it slow. I just from that first round, I can tell that NuTorious might have a more slow and steady wins the race kind of approach to this. More logical.
I do believe you're right in that case. Looking at how they played off, they've been waiting. So, okay, we're going to plant, we're going to do this. If we can't get it set up in time, bend the rules, which does seem to be the problem. They're not expecting them to be playing where they are playing. It's coming out to, oh, how do we set this up? How should we be careful? What ends up happening? Looking at it, I think that it's going to come out down to the timers mainly. They're not prepared for this. They're not going to be ready for any of it. But Zen knows what they're doing. Hopefully that they can just plan it in the long run. I'm a little bit worried, though. No spawn peaks have happened yet in this match. On a map that I know is notorious for spawn peaks. Vigil's not been brought out with the Boss G yet, so everyone's safe for now. But Ying being brought with Dokebi means that they're planning to hopefully go for an early plant.
Very, very quick there. Two operators that are very, very fast as well, along with that 3-speed, 1-armor Ashe, who has also been waiting for those and checking for those spawn peaks. Just, again, like you said, Consulate notorious for the spawn peaking, so maybe they're just better to be safe than sorry. A drone. The Ying tried to throw the drone in there, won't be able to get that in there. In a little bit. Claymore back out on that same wall. Second Claymore back out again. Nobody's getting past that flank. Ace is making very darn sure of that. And again, it's just a lot of preliminary stuff. Droning, peeking into things, destroying walls, destroying utility if you can. Just, again, the Izami with the refreshable concrete pancakes and the... Oh, the Fenrir almost gets... Fenrir gets tagged in the foot, and now the Logic Bomb will go up. Tapping! And Retrospector will fall. And no, excuse me, Retrospector will grab Zen from the Claymore kill. And Zen, and again, smoke goes down. Just, oh wow, Zen is falling apart right now. 5 versus 2.
You got to be prepared for this. Looking at a 1v5 situation as Warden. Yes, he's got the MPX, but he cannot be able to stay alive. And now it's even worse. The man I already assumed was dead, Fenrir, on 1 HP and a dream, and has to go up against a full 5-stack who will swing him at any regard. Ashe getting taken out, but sorry, Ashe gets the refrag on to Fenrir. That is not what you want to see. Dokebi just has to lie down and take it, but it's unlucky for them. Looking how it plays out, that was a much more astute attack. They solidified, they improved. I'm not going to count Zen out yet.
No.
Because now you have Maestro, Pulse, Oryx, and Kaid. I'm thinking that these guys are prepared to fight anywhere on this map now. That run out got, I'm pretty sure Rejected's a bit upset about it. Just getting told no. So I have a feeling that the planning, let's fight this out. Let's make sure it's going to last longer.
Maybe. Yeah, just, again, throwing as much as they can. Then I think they are trying to play for a run out. Maybe the Kaid with that DMR as well. The Kaid with the DMR as well. Just does a lot of damage, especially with that giant suppressor on the end. Doki, IQ, Ace, Ashe, and Monty, excuse me, Buck as well will be on the side of the attackers, and we already know what the defenders are going to be. I have not seen a lot of play with Pulse. I do know that he has the cardiac sensor. There are 2 C4s in the pocket of Zen right now, so some utility to deal with this Monty. But what good would Pulse do on Consulate other than shooting through the floors?
So you gotta love the fact that Pulse, as you said, has that C4, so he can stop post plants, or he can just be able to fight aggressively against shields. One of his best utilities is the fact that if you look through the cardiac sensor, you can see through most of the floors, if not all 3, if they have a Finka. Knowing that these guys ran Finka last round, they are perfectly challenging. Finka comes again, we can see you regardless of how far you are on this map. But it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. They're going to try and just hopefully open up Soul Spell. Pulse is prepared with the C4. It goes off. Doesn't get anyone, but hopefully could have tagged them. But now he's got that line of sight. So if they do cross, he can hopefully get a couple shots into them. But Ash does not care. She's waiting for the Monty to bring the hard breach tool and hopefully get up this wall. Do you believe Monty has one of the only 2 hard breaches on the... Yes, he does.
Yes.
Yeah, so perfect. There's now a hole so they can rush down to the basement while Ace holds line of sight. Just got to be a wee bit more careful. 2 minutes left in the game. What do you think's going to happen here? Because I have a feeling that Ram's whole point was to go upstairs and just cause much trouble as possible. But they're holding it long with an extension.
Again, the long angles might be the downfall, and I think that's why they have the Monty. The logic bomb coming out, but the phone call going out, giving them a, or as Doki likes to say, let's go fishing. Maybe some fishing will start. And again, like you said, NuTorious for runouts, you just saw it on the screen. Opponent detected outside, the Selma being a second breach tool there. Ace using all of them. And I do think maybe we're going to see a late lurk. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe a late lurk.
It's going to be a late drone, hopefully, but if they don't get the eye on XaayN, XaayN's C4 or that gun can just be detrimental as possible. But here they go. Do they know about the XaayN in the corner? Monty goes for the plant, turtled, just waiting. Pulse, there you go. Pulse getting a luckily pick onto Ace. That's another one goes down. But luckily gets the refrag and it goes down to a 1v4. But the plant is going down. She has to be able to hold the angle, gets 2. Also tags XaayN as well. That's another one down. Fenrir and Solus. Solus can now see through the floor, but Solus gets tagged. Has to back up. Diffuse is going down. Nope. Oryx is going to be able to get the diffuse down, hopefully, in a second. No, he stops. He goes for the swing and gets the Dokebi. That was a smart move.
Picture perfect play. And from Valorant, we call that a fake defuse tap. I think the Oryx might have been wanting to stick it. But
he did, but he heard the Dokebi rushing. The teammate called out, had more than enough time then instead of going to the fuse. Baited him. But there's one rule we all follow. Pros don't fake.
Pros don't fake.
He did eventually get it. He just chose, you know what? I'll come back to in a minute. Luckily enough, that's 2-1 to NuTorious.
And again, like you will take on attacking side, you will take 2 rounds. From what I was told by the coach of the team over at Marietta, 2 rounds on attack is like industry standard. 4 rounds on attack is incredible.
Exactly. Most of the maps are defender-sided, but not always. Consulate, like this one is a wee bit more on the defender-sided, but not by much. It's very attacker-based and always has been and probably always will be. Depending on how you guys set it up, you do have to be very careful looking at these guys. A Rooney coming out can change the whole map, but Tubarao can slow down any defuse, and XaayN can come back and just put down the trap and stop it.
And again, the Monty.
Gotta be very careful.
The Monty comes back out. NuTorious is notorious for that Monty, apparently. Every pun intended there. The 3 C4s on the side of Zen. Deal with that. And again, the gridlock at the end. Well, bringing along Zero's primary as well. The AK-12 in the pocket of the Ace and the drone going out as well. So I will say, from the collegiate standpoint to this league, I have seen a lot more different operators, from Pulse to Tubarao, and I just think that's really cool. Like the difference in the operators that we see.
You'll be surprised. There's 45 in the game for a reason. We're going to keep going till we get 100. The only surprise I've got right now is Ash bringing, instead of the R4C, bringing the G36, which is a gun I do like. Yes, it got buffed a little bit when IAM came out. People realized how strong it actually is as a weapon. But when you're not paying attention, Monty goes down, that's your shield gone. They know somebody's in the hallway, but now they know somebody's in the far side having the long angle. He gets out of there in time. Pulse being a little nuisance. As I said, Cardiac gives a lot of info, tells you how many people are coming. But now the biggest fear has to come now. They've got no shield. Diffuser has to go down. They're all in the back of sight. Bravo can hack those renegades, yes. But the drone still has to get close.
Yeah, the drone
This is where the big fear is going to come. They're going to have to go down that hallway and maybe get a nice pot shot or pick. But Pulse is looking at the Ash with the IR scanner. Always ready. Doesn't matter. Wall gets blown. They're going to have to hopefully make a line of sight into break room. And this is where the biggest problem is going to come. That wall gets opened. Pulse has a line of sight now. He can fight. But the C4 goes out. That's Ace down as well, being prepared. Pulse getting a little tapped when he tries to run past. But now the Ash can get for the swing. But Fenrir is prepared with his fan mine. It luckily gets the pick. Now it's a 4v2. Capita. Sorry. Bravo getting a lovely pick as well. That's the Zen gone, MP9 off the board. It's
That
2v4
was
situation
good.
left,
Yeah.
gridlock alive, walls breached, but she cannot go for the plant. She has to get the diffuser or go for the kills. And there's no Rooney on the doors. Is she prepared? No. But she does get the diffuser and is able to walk around. Oh, if she had just peeked that slightly more to the right, could have got lucky pick onto XaayN. But now she's afraid, but the Rooney gets the side. Bravo in a 1v4 situation. Diffuser is down. She has to go down on the side. Be prepared to fight for anything she can. 30 seconds left. Time is not on her side.
It's really a 5. Yeah, it's really a 5v2 now. Again, with that, I've seen a lot of the timer being mostly the enemy. Oh my gosh, that is huge timing. The timing of these dread mines is impeccable, especially with that last kill under the Ash. That timing on the dread mine was perfect. And I was gonna say maybe they're gonna see one, and yeah, Bravo's gonna get one. Bravo will get one. Looking at this crossfire set up from Zen, impeccable. Crossfires get you home, everybody. And that was just a great example of it. 2-2. 2-all, round 5.
That is how you want to play the defensive round. As you said, those dread mines are so dreadful to play against. There's a reason he's banned in most of my ranked matches. I do not like it. But looking at how he's playing it, I'm wondering for two things. If Fenrir was the operator that they're going to hopefully have to change now, yep. He's got to go. Upstairs hold, Fenrir was not strong enough to keep it. They were able to get rid of it, most of it. But now we have the bandit, we have the mute. They're not going to let you come to site at all. You won't be able to destroy any of their gadgets using race charges. XaayN as well. But I'm wondering if he's going to bandit trick it, or if he's just being used to hopefully cause enough trouble where they have to risk utility. What do you think?
Maybe. I would like to see the bandit trick, perhaps. This might be the same the same as the one on I believe it's Clubhouse. The same wall that's the
10 seconds remaining.
one near garage. The one that everybody bandit tricks.
The downstairs garage wall. I understand what you meant. It's fine.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to be a wee bit more careful now, just looking at how two things have happened. They've completely closed off office wall. So, yes, this is how you're supposed to play it if there's no mirror. You close it up and then just make sure to hold the choke points. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the Assam is going to want to play and try and hold the office wall and fight with the aggression. Most characters being pulled off to the right. Just, being prepared. These guys like to shallow roam, but it does not matter. The beautiful shot and the question mark comes in of what? What happened? We don't know. It was just a beautiful shot from the Ash, luckily landing onto the side of Warden. But now we've got Striker repelled, upside down, waiting for somebody to come out of Printer. He knows it, and the Sammy gets downed as well in Manager Office.
Oh, was that a down on the impact, or was that just down because of down?
Down because of down, but it does not matter. Dokebi getting the shot from above through the floor. It's not what you want to see with Bandit being taken off the board, and nobody can go for the res. It's a 5v1 with 1 HP, and he gets swung, and he swang. Unlucky for him, he did not swing hard enough and gets taken out by that 417. Just completely prepared, too strong.
A flawless round there from the attack. NuTorious is notorious for the Monty, but maybe for those gunfights. I do actually kind of want to see that first shot from the Ash. Even I would put a question mark in the chat, but I think it was just one of those, you pre-fire down main, like in Valorant. There's a smoke, you pre-fire through the smoke, sometimes you get lucky. And I think that's might have been just what it was.
Killed Bandit, heard the chimes letting the town know the king is back. He's getting prepared. This is where the ego boosts come out. Just be prepared. Ash is back. Oh no, Ash is getting switched. Sadly, no Ash anymore. We've got the Thatcher being brought out. Still a fantastic gun, but the R4C hopefully being brought on the Ram instead of the Thermite.
Yeah.
From what this looks like, Ace is going to be the only hard to ever use this game. So just be prepared, everyone. Yeah, they're going to walk straight into B, maybe go for a plant again, or they're just going to try and take upstairs from how it looks like. Just getting ready for setup for plant.
And NuTorious is going for an entirely new group here. Doki, Thatcher, Lion, Finka, and Ram. So the Pulse on the other side for Zen actually is going to hard counter the Finka. And again, this Doki has been huge. But the Lion, I'm interested about the Lion pick. Why would they pick Lion here?
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Okay, why do you think they would pick Lion?
Ooh. Got to be very prepared for that, but it does not matter. They got into the site with the Finka boost. As I said, the Finka could be seen through by the pulse, but he could only give out the call since the wall was reinforced. Now he comes back into sight. One person's down. Okay, he goes down another one. Finka gets the pulse as well, so now it's Solus upstairs. Solus can see the diffuser, but she's going to have to go for the rotate. He has to wait to go for the plant. And a beautiful lineup and a lovely shot. One tap for days. But Solus now has to clutch us out in 3v1. Half HP in a dream. Oh, but it does not matter.
Just gonna be too much. Notorious for those swings as well. Whew. Wow, that was a quick swing. You just swings the corner, leans the corner, cross her on the head, boom, bam, bop, bada, bop, boom. Ow. I guess that's all it is. Huge play there.
I completely understand and completely agree. Having Flores, Dekebi, Ash, and IQ, and Ace being brought on the board on attack, they're not going to let this go. They've seen what can happen. It's now their time to shine. We get to see how they attack for round 7, starting with an upstairs attack, perfectly recreating what we see in the first round. But maybe this Goyle could be a bit more of a problem for them. What do you think?
Second verse, same as the first. I don't think that might be. I hope that's not the case. But this smoke and the smoke legion combo has been one that I've been seeing a lot recently. That's an interesting one. The mute as well to break any electronics. But I also want to see is NuTorious gonna go with a spawn peek here?
I do think they will, but I'm more concerned about something else. They've got shotguns for days. The fact that both the British lads, Smoke and Mute, are bringing them. And then I'm pretty sure Warden might have one, but if I'm wrong, fine. But I'm terrified about what their plan is here. You got to be prepared for the Grim.
Yeah, I think Warden has the Winchester.
You are correct.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Again, just the shotguns, destroying as much as they can. And yeah, the Legion did try to go for the spawn peek and will get tagged back. Tagged back a little bit, has to back off. And the shotgun's going to work. Constantly seeing zero bullets. Just out, opening as much as they can. Legion mine out. And Zen is gonna take out the Warden on the Claymore kill there. We've been seeing a lot of Claymore kills and C4 kills this map as well.
Don't you know, in Siege, nobody likes staying in the building. The best defense is a good offense. Everybody outside. But you gotta be prepared. As I said, there's the Goyer getting a run out as well. Luckily getting an early pick as well. And Ace and tapping the Twitch down to 2 HP in a dream. But this is where we have to be careful. Flores is upstairs. It does not matter. Another kill. Legion getting an early pick as well. 3v3. Twitch is gone off the board. Oh, but does not matter. Grim refragged with his own to make sure to make up for his team, putting him in a more favorable position. But those smoke canisters, 3 in his pocket, a minute 30 left. What do you think?
I'm thinking we might see. The attackers might get to see what's in that canister, and I don't think he's going to be mucking about with those kills on the board. Those 3 smoke canisters, still enough. Oh, that's a huge. That drone did not get shot. That Grim drone did not get shot. So that's technically an extra camera in on site as well. And the Legion mines going back out. Ash and Grim both have to hold F to pay respects here. We pass a minute. The Ash taking a huge shot from Mute. And, Mute's going to take down 1. That's huge. Shotgun out there just to pre-fire a little bit. Now the smoke. The gas is out. The gas is out. It is just down to this Mute. And Mute might have to face the music here with an extra 40 seconds on the board. Will peek out, and Zen will take this round very quickly here.
Gotta say, looking at how Zen's like to play this, it's gonna be a bit too slow for Nut. Nut's not gonna let this go. NuTorious, just living up to the name. They're having a nice, smooth, creamy finish, but you know what? It doesn't work well. It feels like a bit of a Dracula moment where Team NuTorious is just giving them a little rounds here and there, but just picking them off at the end. If they just speed it up maybe a little bit, you know what? They could hopefully prove the fact that they're better players. But we're just going to have to wait and see for 2 things. These guys love their shotguns, and it's terrifying to me for 2 reasons. Because I know everybody loves cannons. These guys love it a bit too much. they're just planning on taking every gunfight long range with a shotgun. Fine, but they shouldn't be prepared. They wasted so much ammo to the point where Smoke had to pick a corner of this. He just had to pick with the SMG-11, which I do myself. But when you're that close, the shotgun should have been used, but it was empty because they'd wasted it creating all the rotates.
Yeah, and I think that's also because I don't know if there's any other defenders that have super shorties. As we swap back to that, the Legion with the super shorty right there.
Yep.
Again, the super shorty, all those shotguns as well, the ammo that had to be used. And I do agree with you. The tempo change from NuTorious might be the key to winning. We've seen so many tempo changes that I do agree. Sometimes speeding up, slow it down. Also, this can work, but I also wonder if Zen wins this round, does NuTorious take a timeout?
I don't think it'll be the case. I think they're both going to wait till they're at 6. But I'm more concerned about something else now. The fact that the only operator on this side is still mute, trying to hold that wall. Ace can get it from above, but he's just going to go quickly throw it, create a bit of distraction, and hopefully be able to swing. I'm wondering what's going to happen here, though. This is the biggest problem, because they're now going to swing for yellow stairs, but somebody's prepared on red. They've got everything set up, drones, the 2 minutes left, going to hop into Visa.
Yeah, that was huge. That was a huge ping on the Legion, too. Just barely seeing the Legion through that drone hole as well. And that Legion is going to be running for cover. The Goyos still haven't been popped. They have a Twitch. Zen does have a Twitch. So that might be something. Yana holding that angle Legion mine going out.
The Visa officer is coming out, but every round it's a little bit more strong. Ayana's drone early getting picked off. Luckily, she can keep sending it out, but it does not matter. She's just going to come out herself and swing and get the Legion in the back. Beautiful shot.
Ooh.
Now, they own that office. That is their office. That is their home. Twitch is below. Nobody can come and get them. They're safe. But Nomad's looking for the early toe pick, hopefully trying to get somebody out of vending, but not going to be able to get it. But does not matter. Ace gets Goyo off the top. I'm pretty sure that was probably yellow stairs when he's trying to rotate back. He's waited for so long. Oh, just gonna be prepared.
Oh, that Flores, the Raspberry Pi going out, gonna just be destroyed. And Goku not too happy about that. Goyo with a little bit of a question mark there. 4-3 as well. Still, both British lads still there. The mute and the smoke. Now what would we call this defender's lineup right now? Because we got an American and 2 Brits.
Well, I'm gonna call it a flashback to what happened last round. That flashbang goes out, rings out. They know where the mute is hiding in bathroom in the same way. They just got to push it up. The smokes are finally getting used. He's got enough time where he can just throw them out one at a time to hopefully stop the attackers. But he's got 2 entrances he needs to throw them on. But if he gets picked off, it's not what they want. Second smoke goes down. It could down the Legion, but no. No one's going to get picked and pushed back even further. Ayana going down to the mute. Unlucky for them, but he gets a nice, lovely refrag as well. Nomad's now trying to swing onto the mute, getting shot in the back. The diffuser does not go down. Everyone's down, everyone's dead. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah. The buckshot doing a lot of work. Wait, was that timer out? Was that a timeout?
No,
way to preserve the KD Nimrod. No. Oh, we love the chat. And like I said, if NuTorious wins, Zen's gonna take the timeout. That was oh my gosh. Oh,
you gotta see, they're getting mentally tilted. Everyone understands, even though Jordan got taken off in the staircase, it's not gonna happen. DEFCON 4 is getting called out. You gotta be prepared for this. I'm a wee bit wondering, what do you think it's gonna be like in that call? Because I'm hoping Zen's talking to each other, being like, hey, we could win some good rounds, we could know what's happening. MP9 is doing great work on kills, but we're getting picked off and we're not refragging. But what would you think's going on?
I was gonna say the coach of Zen is probably like refrags, and keeping that mental in. I like 5 rounds on Consulate defense. You give up that many, that's a little bit of like F's in the chat, apparently. And I think their mental has to be terrible right now. But also, they took that time out when there was like 9 seconds left on the clock to grab the prep phase, get this prep phase started. So again, time has been a really big thing, and I think that's one of the other things that they're gonna have to watch is that time.
I do believe you're right, but I am wondering about one other thing. This is the first time we're getting to see these guys defend downstairs. So I'm wondering two things.
Attackers have located
Whether
bombs.
this is going to come out to be them showing us something interesting, something new, or is this going to be the rank standard? XaayN stops the wall breach. They prepare from behind, take out the entire team with Asami. I'm not even sure if Asami went back to get that back wall reinforced. If not, they could probably just walk straight through server and then just push the whole way. But you got to be careful. Because it does look like they're planning to spark it and forget. Look, typing away at the computer like it's normal office day. That's just how they are. That wall is not reinforced on the right-hand side, so Jackal's is going to be able to just walk through with a shotgun.
Yeah. Again, Jackal with the tracker, the Inox. But also, the 3 nitro cells in the pocket of NuTorious could be a bit of an issue as well. Because I do know that Zen, they do like to play grouped up a lot, but they have no way to... They don't have as much...
They're already in the building.
Yeah,
They're not going to worry, but look at the beautiful little chibis. Oh, I still got my Monty one on the corner. But this is the one you have to worry about. This merchandising is going to show us how this match is going to come out. You not only have Ash and IQ not on the board, they should have brought them like the first time when Zen did it. Could have saved them a lot more time, tell them where the operators are, tell them where the characters are. IQ's very strong on this map as well, having Nomad, but
yeah, that
they haven't checked anything. Jackal's not able to track. He's not able to track the gadgets as well. So they're just going to have to slowly go for the staircase. But Ram's now taking damage on the yellow staircase, trying to go for that gunfight with whoever's sitting there. I believe it's Warden. Warden and Smoke trying to be prepared. Prepared for the flash, and no one goes for the push. It was Warden. Warden went for the swing and gets taken out. Unluckily, Buck gets the kill. The BM comes out. That's some bad manners. But you just have to be prepared. It's a 4v5, but we've got one guy on 1 HP on James, so it might as well be a 4v4. But that gun being up is still strong. No Jackal tracks being used.
Yeah, and another one on the and another one on 50%. The Buck as well. Skeleton Cage is breaking open that floor. The Thermite probably hasn't used much. Just all that. Oh my gosh, peek right into the smoke. No canister, no problem. I always bring a little bit of buckshot up for the right there. The super shorty doing work as well. It's a lot of shotguns being used this match, I would say. Just a lot of destruction everywhere. 4-4. 50 seconds remain in this round.
You do have to be careful now. They're going to go for the wall breach. There's nothing to stop them. XaayN's been pushed back, but it looks like he's not even going to go for the wall. He's going to just have to push in late. So they know Smoke was on the staircase last time. No one called him out. So if nobody calls him out, there we go. Buck gets a skeleton kill key, as you said. But 3 HP in a dream. There's not even a 200 health between the whole team. And that's her going down. Ram's taken off the board. Got to be very careful with this. It's a 2v3 situation.
It was a nice shot.
I'm wondering.
Too.
I'll pass it to you, but it's not going to be long.
But yeah, I don't think it's going to be long. This time won't be. This Buck might not be much longer for this Earth, and I think NuTorious is going to play the smart play here and just let the timer run out. No needed to. Katie doesn't get you anywhere. A little bit of the BM, a little bit of trash talk coming out here as well from NuTorious to Zen Esports. Match point here for NuTorious as well. I don't know. Has there been a side swap yet?
Yeah, side swap happened after round 6. In this game, it's 6 and switch. Don't worry, you'll learn the game. I'll teach you over the next couple matches.
I know, and it's more of like I am so locked in. Like I'm just watching these games, and I'm like, this is insane.
I do feel bad for the observers because they're having to deal with all these great plays, but then you have to wait for the KD and 1vx situation. KD saves is not what you want to see, but it is important. It gives time for teams to talk. It gives time for everyone to worry. But that mental tilting by the Vigil in this case, it's not going to work well. I hope that he's got his cannon. That Bosch G shotgun ACOG better be on it, or I'm going to be sad. But we'll find out in a second.
We'll find out in a second here as well. Well, he's still running that. He's still running the SMG as there. So spawn peaks non-existent right now. And I think the mental also non-existent for Zen. That's huge as well. mental can play a really big factor in these matches. I would know as a player of Valorant, I have been tilted before, and it has resulted in round losses. The mental has to be kept up with Zen. They just have to play their game and not let NuTorious get into their head. And yeah, you were right. The boss G on the side of Vigil right now.
This is the happiest I've been. I'm so happy right now looking at having that cannon. But as we can all say, you got to be prepared. This isn't a moment where you can just wait. This is just a bridge. This is beyond all belief. They have to swing. They don't have a time. It's 2 minutes left. Match point. They're feeling the pressure now, and they have to be prepared. But I am wondering, having Vigil bring Boss Tree is great for utility, just everything. I'm not going to defend it, though. I'm more prepared for that run out from the Legion, but he doesn't even get to use it. Brim luckily gets the pick, and then the Buck pick as well off on Goyo.
Oh.
And another one as well. This is just 1 by 1. 5 versus 2 situation.
But is this going to be... Oh my gosh. If Zen wins this round, I will have only one thing to say, and that will be all that trash talk. And you just gave up a round. Like, it is match point, and NuTorious gives up a round. And yet, no, it's just going to be the logic bomb. But Melusi doesn't care. Going for the long-range peek with the MPX. Yes, that is... Yes. Zen Esports planting the bomb. 45 seconds remain this round here. And he's just going to have to be careful of the flank. Find
it's a 3v1.
Yes.
Got to be a wee bit more careful on the slow push. He knows one's probably still inside and everyone else is holding from above. But she can get another kill. That's a 3v1. If this is an ace clutch situation, you can call it now. She knows one more is above the hatch, but she has to go for the defuse. But she can't. She's going to bait it and hopefully push him back a little.
Where's the other? The
other person standing outside.
The ace. The counter defuse. Pros don't fake, and no, it will be Zen taking the round. Will be Zen taking that round. She was forced to hold that. All that trash talking, and Zen takes round 10. Sting here. That is a huge round for Zen to take as well. Keeping in this game and just keeping up. That's gonna be big for their mental, I'd say, as well.
Looking at how this game's going, I'm worried about two things looking at this. I don't like the fact that we get to see the same loadouts coming up from this team. They need to adapt now and grow on their attack because they know the defense was not strong. But seeing the Goyo come out now early, I'm thinking that their whole plan is to wait, slow down as much time as they can, have the smoke, have Warden actually be allowed to use his gadget, and hopefully just close out as much aside as they can.
The Winchester in his pocket as well. Yeah. And like you said, Zen going to IQ, Ashe, and Ying, and Nomad, force swapping off, and again, that Flores drone. That was a lot of... Actually, we're going to see an Aruni with the grapple.
This might be a pocket pick, or it might be a spawn pick. We're going to have to find out, is Ashe going to go down to a spawn pick or not? He's going to run straight up, but the Aruni... This might just be, as you called it, a plan. Early game strat, maybe going in from below and going up the hatch. I'm a wee bit worried about two things here. Looking at this game, not only do we have them emptying site as much as they can, everyone's roaming shallow as much as they can to hopefully come back early, but they're giving up so much of the game so quickly. We're going to have to wait and see because the Ying's coming out and she's on the roof, but somebody did try to pick her, so they do know somebody's holding that upstairs window.
Yeah,
Ying flash Candela comes out.
Looking the Candela there. The IQ as well will be huge on this site. Thank you. Will. Oh, that's a nice angle there from the IQ, tagging the Warden. Might not being able to finish the job there. Pulling out the Winchester, throwing on the glasses. Hit him with the Rolex. Rolex not going to find anything though. I think this Flores though, the drone's going to be right there. Ying on the side. 1 minute and 40 seconds remains as the Candela It's cooked. Breach charge in place from Ash. I think now they're just
Everyone's
waiting for
prepared. Might go for a hot breach is what I'm thinking here.
Yes.
Do you know what a hot breach is?
I believe
Wait,
it
what?
is. Boom. Yep. That strat. The hold it. Oh, the Izami's just waiting there. That is huge from the Izami. 3 and 4. Yeah, hot breach is just. You know what? We're gonna start the jumping and then we're just gonna breach it. And that's exactly what they did. Sometimes we can catch them off guard, but if you're waiting for it, like that Izami was, it can work against you. Again, trade it out quickly though. 3 to 3.
3 to 3.
Minute
Do you have
remains.
to be careful here? Holding long angles into the room with only a minute left. They can swing you from yellow because it's soft. Hopefully she can flash walk in. No one's besides vending. She's going to have to try and peek again. Does not have the time. She gets down by the shotgun. Warden was ready with his glasses on. Oh, and another one goes down. Goyo gets a swing onto yellow. It's now a 1v2 situation. Goyo and Smoke being the last two operators up. The two who can slow down the game the most. She does not have the diffuser, so she has to peek for the kills. She's got to bait and try and hopefully get somebody to swing. But Moon is ready. That's Smoke being ready.
Smoke.
Quiet as a mouse.
Yeah,
Hopefully
still
just
with
waiting.
one canister as well. With one gas canister as well. So a lot of stall still potentially. 10 seconds remains, and it's just going to be too much. NuTorious takes the final round, 7 to 4. NuTorious. A bit of target
I've gotta
practice
say,
here.
I do love that animation. It's beautiful. I do want to get it.
Good.
Gotta say, GG, good game, everyone. 7-4, unluckily, but NuTorious has shown what they can do. Welcome back to our lovely faces. Tell me what you thought about that match.
That was a match that I think had a lot of mistakes on both sides, but at the same time, it came down to the small things. It came down to the mental game as well, which is something that I saw that Zen especially suffered from, losing five on Consulate defense, well, for the side switch. And then just a lot of, after that, you know how it is. Like they were trying everything, and in the end, they still 4-7. I don't think Zen played at 100% at all. It did not look like it.
It did look like they got a little bit tilted early into the game, using up most of their strats, most of their plays. Yes, it could just be a tier 2 team versus a tier 3 team, but I don't think that was the case. We do have to be a little bit more careful, though, learning how strong they are. This isn't the end of the qualifiers. They still have next week as well. Yeah. I'm hoping NuTorious can show us more in the next coming matches. Then, hopefully, can put the lead out later. But everyone has to be prepared for this next match. We'll come back to you straight after the break. Just don't go anywhere. Go have a break for 2 seconds, get water, and then come right back.
Exactly.
Thank you in a sec.